Washington is considering several options for increasing Western support for Ukraine. According to the Washington Post, we are talking in particular about cluster munitions for multiple launch rocket systems. They can hit further than the artillery versions that began to be shipped last month.
Effective work against manpower will be precisely the expansion of the range of these cluster munitions. We see that our Western partners also highly appreciate the effect of their usage, and we hope that this psychological aspect and the effect of the physical destruction of enemy manpower, it encourages our partners to continue to supply us with more ammunition.
F-16 fighter jets, which will start arriving in Ukraine in a few months, will be part of this concept. At the same time, according to the Washington Post, US officials are also discussing with allies the possibility of supplying other weapons systems, as well as training personnel of the Ukrainian armed forces. Kyiv would like to add ATACMS systems to the arms transfer list. However, the Pentagon has so far refused, citing their insufficient number.
ATACMS is the type of weapon that can significantly bring the victory of the civilized world closer. We already have a response from our British partners in the form of Storm Shadow missiles that allow us to work within a radius of 500 kilometers. We have French analogues of Scalp. We expect Tauruses from Germany in the near future, and we would like our American colleagues to stop talking about the inability to provide Ukraine with these high-quality weapons, that is ATACMS, which can significantly change the situation on the front line.
Russia has almost 600 missiles in stock, capable of hitting targets over 500 kilometers away. With them, Russian invaders most often attack the territory of Ukraine. This was stated by Deputy Head of the Main Directorate of Intelligence of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, Vadim Skibitsky.
If we talk about Iskander ballistic and cruise missiles, then according to our data, there are now approximately 270 units. Stocks of calibers are approximately 140 missiles. They have fewer Ha-101s, while at the same time the total number of Ha-101s, Ha-555s and Ha-55s with a warhead, then accordingly to our estimates, there are about 100 missiles. Vadim Skibitsky, Deputy Head of the Main Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, RBC Ukraine reports.
The Deputy Head added that today the Russians use the Ha-101 less compared to autumn of 2022. They are forced to save them. The Russian occupiers plan to produce about 40 such missiles every month, but due to a shortage of foreign components, they are unable to move from a plan to action.
If the Russian Federation had a sufficient number of missiles, they would fly to us daily from morning to evening in huge numbers, if there were as many of them as they want. The fact that they are now forced to switch to a very, very limited diet, this means only one thing: it is difficult for them either. The components of this ammunition are getting harder to get every day.
The Main Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine believes that the Russian invaders will not be able to repeat the massive attacks that took place last autumn and winter, when up to 100 missiles were fired at Ukraine at the same time. However, intelligence predicts a recurrence of attacks on Ukraine's energy systems with the onset of cold weather. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Yulia Bil, UATV News.